قسما 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 بمن رفع السماء، قسما بمن نشر الضياء، قطر ستبقى حرة تسمو بروح الأرض.
The leadership diplomacy lessons of Qatari Prime Minister. Since his appointment in 2016 as Qatar's Foreign Minister, Mohammed bin Abdulrahman bin Jassim Thani has transitioned from a politician to a statesman, diplomat and leader. He also assumed the role as Qatar's Prime Minister since 7th March 2023. Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown is particularly applicable to him as diplomat extraordinaire. He represents a country and region constantly under international scrutiny and attack for being faithful to its indigenous values, traditions and independent foreign policy. This unfolds in a contextual, globalized and polarized developing modern world dominated by the superpowers. Qatar, a Gulf country of about 3 million people, must modernize its people and region in synergistic harmony with its Islamic value system and Arab culture, stabilizing and harmonizing the growth and development of the Qatari people and region between modernization, industrialization, scientific and technological progress, and deeply embedded values and traditions is a challenge uppermost in the minds of the Qatari leadership. Mohammed Thani's advocacy of dialogue between civilizations rather than conflict is perhaps the mainstay of his diplomacy in a globalized world with its recognized cultural, religious, political, and racial diversity. But both as Prime Minister and Foreign Minister, Mohammed Thani's calculated mindset and demeanor positioned him as an exceptional diplomat. He performs his diplomatic role in a hostile and combative world, a world where the brinkmanship of might is right takes precedence over equity, justice and fairness to all. Furthermore, Prime Minister Mohammed Thani's global operational context is an international world order, or what some would describe as the superpowers unilateral rather than multilateral world order, where diplomatic expediency and military might prevail and predominate over ethics. The truism that true diplomacy lies in being able to maintain a balance between your interests and the interests of others personifies and characterizes the Qatari minister's diplomatic style. Diplomats, by its very function and orientation, need to maintain their mental composure when under attack, either by a commercially biased press or countries who put their national vested interests above all else by any means necessary. The Qatari Prime Minister lives in a diplomatic pressure cooker, and he must keep his cool even when others are losing theirs. To say nothing, especially when speaking, is half the art of diplomacy. But Mohammed Thani's credible approach is to communicate his diplomatic perspective unmistakably to both Qatar's allies and opponents. The wise saying that there are no military solutions, dialogue and diplomacy are the only guarantee of lasting peace. This is probably the Qatari Prime Minister's most compelling universal message. His central diplomatic truism is that each country must take responsibility for its own region, not the United States or any other superpower. In an interview with charismatic American commentator and presenter Tucker Carlson, on the Tucker Carlson show, the Qatari Prime Minister Mohammed Al-Thani outspokenly but diplomatically speaks his mind. He did so with diplomatic clarity to disarm those inclined to war by any and every means necessary. Amongst other issues, Mohammed Al-Thani clarified some of the questions raised by Tucker.
Your country has been in the American media sporadically recently, and it's under attack for reasons I don't fully understand. One of the reasons I wanted to come here was to understand why people are mad at you. And I think you've got the biggest overseas U.S. air base right near here. So you're clearly a U.S. ally. Yeah. But I keep reading reference to Qatar as anti-American or pro-Islamist or a threat to the United States somehow. Where do those attacks come from, do you think?
Look, as a country, we always want to do the right things. And basically, the right things, not only for our people, but for our people, for our region, and for our friends. And when you are trying to do the right things, sometimes you change your mind, when you hear this kind of criticism. But it wasn't really in our culture, because we believe that it serves the real cause behind all these efforts is to bring peace. Peace for the people, peace for the region, and peace for our friends. And basically, the peace is the main foundation for us, for our people to prosper. And peace has a lot of enemies who wants to undermine it for political reason, who wants to undermine it for economical reason, who wants to demonize your effort in order to make sure that every step you will take will be suspicious in order to control also the parties that you are helping in that. And basically, they don't know by doing such a thing, they are not harming us, but they are harming the region, and they are harming our friends, including the United States. And having an ally and partner and friend like Qatar, with the airbase as one example, and working together very closely on a lot of issues, a lot of files, bringing Americans home from different countries, whether it was in the evacuation in Afghanistan, whether it's in American hostages all around the world, mediating in different conflicts. They basically, if they, keep criticizing Qatar and attacking Qatar, they think that this is just harming Qatar and Qatar reputation. It's not. It's actually because we always we go back to the results. We focus on the outcome, and we think about it that should be our objective, and we should focus there, and we shouldn't really disturb ourselves with any noise. But they don't know that this is harming the U.S. and the U.S. interest at the end of the day.
So my sense is that part of the criticism and the confusion from Americans, there are I think two causes. One, you have a Hamas office here. Mm-hmm. And Hamas has been designated, I think, repeatedly by the U.S. government, and certainly by the Congress, as a terror organization. And people say, well, how could you have a Hamas office here? What is that?
We have to go back to the root of this office. Why it's here in the first place. And Hamas office, when it was opened here in the first place, it was opened with full transparency and full consultation, and actually even request from the U.S. And
the U.S. asked you to put a Hamas office here?
They have asked us to open the channels with them and to have an established communication channel with the same case what was applied to Taliban as well. And look, at the end of the day, if you have a presence of someone in your country and you are engaging and talking, it doesn't mean that you are endorsing his ideas. It doesn't mean that you are supporting him. The purpose of this office was to facilitate peace to stabilize the region, and to make sure that always it's serving the purpose. And you can go through even everything all the events that happened in the recent 10 years since the office was officially opened here in Doha. How many peace deals been brokered from that office through that channel? Many of them. 2014 was the discussion and the negotiations was initiated here and ended in Egypt. In 2018, 2020 and 21, with all those escalations, and many of escalations that we avoided to prevent a war. There are many, plenty of them. You will lose count. Then, after 7th of October, the first hostage deal that released the hostages, the women and children, was 109, and the foreigners, was 109 hostages. November 23 happened through that office. The second hostage deal, which we are going through right now, it was produced out of this office. So the office is a communication channel, and it doesn't make me, feeling shy that I speak with someone whom I have a disagreement with. President Trump spoke with North Korea. He didn't shy out from him. He met with him, he engaged with him. He wants to put an end for the conflict. He wants to make a deal with him. He's a deal maker, and this country basically is brokering deals.
Initially at the request of the U.S. government.
Yes. And it continued like everything that we did. Look, Tucker, but I'm confident that throughout the years that I've been working under the leadership of the Emir, we are sure that every step we are taking, we are very transparent, coordinating with the US, and making sure that we are doing the right thing. So I have nothing wrong that I did that I am shying away from. I know that we have a lot of attacks, and unfortunately, we have attacks from the US legislation, like from the Congress many times, that although we did it at the request of the government, yet the Emir always tell me that if we are able to save a single life, it's worth everything. And I'll tell you something, we've been under a significant attack in the last 15 months during this war in Gaza. Unbelievable. No one would handle such an attack. And we worked tirelessly on achieving this deal. And the moment we went out to announce that deal being achieved, and we see the celebration in the streets, whether it's in Gaza or in Israel, that moment makes us forget everything.